Today we are going to find the surface area of prisms. So first of all, when we talk about surface area of a solid, so we have a three-dimensional figure, and surface area is just like it sounds. It's the area of every surface on that figure. So we can use two-dimensional representations of a solid. Those are called nets to find the surface area. So a net would be something like this. Here's my solid. Okay, we unfold it. Okay, and then when we flatten it out, that right there is the net. So we can use that net to help us find the surface area of a rectangular prism. Okay, with that laid out, we can now see each rectangle that we have in our shape. So we have the top and bottom, so we can see that here. The top and bottom are both the same as we can see in the three-dimensional figure, and they are 7 by 4 inches. So for top and bottom, I'm going to put 7 times 4. The area of the top is 28. The area of the bottom is 28. Okay, then we have the front and back, so those are seen in green here. So there's the front, you can't see the back, but here would be the front and the back as it's laid out. Those would be the same as well, and they are 7 by 3. So those are both 21 inches squared. Then we have two sides that we haven't used, so we've used the top and bottom, the front, back. So those are these four here, and then we have these two sides on the left and right. And I'm just going to label side and side. We can see that those here are 4 by 3. We know they're 4 by 3 because this is also 3. We could see that here, 4 inches here, 3 inches here, 4 by 3. Two of those that are the same. So we should be pretty proficient now in finding areas. So we just found the area 6 different times, 6 different rectangles here. So now what you're going to do is just find the sum of the areas of the faces. So we're going to add all of these together. And we end up with 122. So our surface area is 122 square inches. Okay, go ahead and turn your page and try the 2 at the top of the page there. Okay, go ahead and check your answer, and you can see how I broke down each face as well. Okay, the next we're going to look at is a triangular prism. So we looked at rectangular prisms, and remember prisms have 2 bases. So that rectangular prism had 2 rectangular bases. So the triangular prism has 2 bases as well, but they're both triangles. Okay, so let's take a look. Here is a triangular prism. Okay, so we can see the front would be this green triangle here. So there's a triangle just like that in the back. So when we unfold it, this is what it would look like. So we are going to have a mix of rectangles and triangles. So we're just going to take it one face at a time. Let's start with the bottom. So we can't see the bottom here when we unfold it. Okay, here's the bottom in red. So for the bottom, we can see that it is 12 by 8, so it would be 96 centimeters squared. Okay, then let's move to the front. So the front is that green triangle here. Again, we have the same one in the back, so we can see those both here. So since it's a triangle, we know it's going to be half, and then the base times height. So my base is 12, my height is 5. Okay, and then we have two sides. This one's a little bit different because our two sides are not the same, unlike the rectangular. We have this side that's almost like the top, that's this blue one here, and then we have this little yellow side. So if we look at this blue side, it's 13 by 8. And the yellow side is 8 by 5. Okay, so once again, we want to find the sum of all of those faces, so we need to add them together. So we would say that the surface area, once we add all of those faces together, the surface area is 300 centimeters squared. Okay, you're going to flip your paper over and try these two at the top. The next thing we're going to look at is a cube. So if you have a rectangular prism that has a square base, and all the edges are the same length, so every face is a square, you have a cube. Okay, so when we find the surface area of a cube, if you think about it, all of the faces are going to be the same, so we can actually use a certain formula. Okay, we have the surface area of a cube. Since all of the surfaces are going to be the same, we have 6 of them. Okay, and we can just say the surface area of the cubes, they're all the same. So we're going to say the side length squared, since that is the area of a square. The side length squared, we have 6 of those. Okay, so 6 times each face, which is side length squared. Okay, so for this one, the side length is 12. So 6, I'm going to put the 12 in here. Okay, so don't do 6 times 12 first. Make sure you do your exponent first, 12 squared. So that becomes 144. Then we would do 6 times 144. So the surface area of this cube is 864 meters squared. Okay, go ahead and pause and give that a try on these two on the bottom. Okay, you can see the work shown for each of those.